Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, to the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners, who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. Yeah, so this basically this lesson is hey, there are spies among us, right? You know, whether it be spiritually or literally, spiritually or physically, right? We have spies amongst us, right? So without further ado, Esau Edom is well, he's our enemy, so he's always gonna try to find a upper hand and find a way to have an upper hand. But the thing that he can never really truly have, because this thing is spiritual, it's not physical, and that's his problem. He's always he's physical, he's carnal, right?
Iran reveals CIA and FBI are monitoring black Israelites right now. 1. Iran's shocking discovery: U.S. intelligence agencies are watching black Israelites. The revelation that U.S. intelligence agencies, particularly the CIA and FBI, have placed the black Israelite movement under intense surveillance has ignited widespread...
First of all, hey, we're not black, man. We're many shades of brown, and ultimately we're just the Hebrew Israelites. There's no such thing as black people, right? There's no land of black. There's no language of black, right? They give you a fake social construct of madness of black and white when you're not white, and you're definitely not innocent, right? Being that's what white means, right? White meaning innocent, and you're anything but that, man. You come in and you rape, rob, and murder, and then you sweep everything under the rug as if no one's supposed to notice that you're the damn devil, man. Right? You throw on a connotation, or a phrase which means evil, bad, stupid, like black, right? Onto a people who's basically created everything that you use to this very day, right? Proving that we're the salt of the earth, right? Without us, this place is nothing. It's bland, man, right?
Debate and speculation, raising profound questions about the nature of state power, historical narratives, and the limits of religious and civil liberties. According to Iranian intelligence sources, American authorities perceive the movement as a potential destabilizing force, justifying covert monitoring and infiltration. This assertion invites deeper reflection on the motivations behind such scrutiny, the extent of governmental intervention, and the broader philosophical implications of knowledge, control, and state authority. While Iran's claim may be shaped by its own geopolitical agenda, the mere suggestion that a religious community rooted in black identity and biblical heritage is being watched so closely by the U.S. government rekindles long-standing concerns about surveillance, racial politics, and the mechanisms through which dominant powers seek to regulate historical discourse. The Black Israelite movement has long occupied a space of fascination, controversy, and misrepresentation.
Yeah, and there's nothing new about that, about how they whole thing is to come in and disrupt, you know, religious, right? When you go into religious, meaning basically it goes into basically religio, which goes into basically discipline, right? We're disciplined behind our belief, right? And you know, um the you know, and then the history of your forefathers, or the history, right? Because this is um this is not a religion per se, as far as the way they perceive religion to be, right? This is more of our nationality, but you could say religion, because what we live by the biblical principles and disciplines of the Bible, of the scriptures, which is the history or the historical things of our forefathers, of our people, right? Just like what they're doing right there, following the law, disciplining themselves, right, under the laws and the statutes of our forefathers, right? Yeah. So you know, this is Second Maccabees chapter 6 verse 1. It says, not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers. See, and that's ultimately what Esau has always did. He set up other Israelites, right? Propped them up, you know, Martin Luther King, right? You know, even Malcolm X, technically, whether if it was directly or indirectly, he was set up too, in a way. Those, I believe all of them dudes were Masons, right? On one level or another, right? So they knew the business, you know. You can't, hey, the Lord says it classically. You can't eat from the table of God and the table of devils. You can't eat from the table of the power of the Most High and from the table of the self-proclaimed so-called white man, and figure you're gonna truly obtain freedom. No, we can't depart from the laws of our Father. That's why we're going back to those ways, to the old way, right? So Athens is where it's in Greece, and this is the second leg of Rome, which is the Roman Greco Empire, which they haven't changed, right? You know, they never changed. They'll send some type of Jake, some sellout Jake, right, amongst us as a spy or whatever it may be, right? So not long after, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High Power, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, man. Bahasham Rakakwadash, right? Which, hey, the Lord is a jealous power. He's a jealous God, man. Right? Yeah, so this is First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 41. Moreover, the king Antiochus wrote to the whole kingdom that all should be one, right? Which that's what they're trying to do right now, set up that one world government, right? And so they have to know what we're thinking, what we're doing, because they know, according to the scriptures, the Lord is coming to alter their plans, right? But they're thinking we're going to have something to do with that. We have absolutely nothing to do with that. We're just here to prophesy to you what the Most High said is going to happen, right? Right? Prophets, to say before, right? That's all it means, to say before. And that's all we're doing. It's just speaking the words of God. And these are just words, right? As far as it just being words, right? But these words are power because it's ultimately going to invoke the living power to manifest himself in this physical world, right? That all should become one people, right? Going into that whole Novos Ordo Seclorum, right? System via through the biometrics, right? Right, the digital biometrics, digital wallet, right? Buy and sell, unless ye have, or right, save he that have the digital wallet, right? It says right, when it's going to be mandatory, right? Some people might got digital wallet now, and some people don't. Some people use debit card, credit card, and some people, hey, no, I only use cash, bro. Well, cash is about to be obsolete. Then what are you gonna have? Well, I just only use my debit card. Well, eventually they're gonna make that illegal. Then what are you gonna do? Right? You know, they're tightening the ropes, so to speak. They're tightening they're tightening their grips, right? Right. Going back to that, the grip that they have on the world. And it says, and everyone should leave his laws, right? So they want you to leave your morals, your understanding of our power, our religion, right? Which is discipline according to the Most High, right? Which really actually goes back to what our culture, our history, right? So all the heathen, right? All these other nations, heathen really just goes into nations, right? But they're basically, because this book is for the Israelites, it's just explaining to the Israelite who's reading this, those other people who are not us, who are not the chosen people, those heathens, those other nations who are not the chosen of the Most High, agreed according to the commandment of the king. But you always got them certain Jakes, right? Yea, and many also, right? So it wasn't just these other nations, many also of the Israelites. So, here it is, our own people, the chosen nation, who the Lord picked to be his people. Even some of them, and so we're gonna have these people that's gonna try to get us, use spies and use this and use that, try to give out information because they want us to depart from our laws. They think we're doing something special. We're not. Hey, we're just prophesying, bro. That's it. Right? Many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, right? To go under the discipline, right, of the self-proclaimed so-called white man, which in this time they didn't call themselves white. They pretty much knew who they were, right? A lot of them got called Idumeans because the Greeks, the original Greeks, were Japhetic people, right? Dark-skinned people, even though they conquered them and took on their nationality, so to speak, which basically applied that name to them to say that they were Greeks, right? After ruling some time, but that name still stuck. Idumean, right? Which goes which goes to Edom, right, which means red, right? Ashashua, which means red, which we know who you are. You're still the Edomites, right? You're still the Idumean, right? To his religion and sacrifice unto idols, right? Which are opposite of what the Most High say to do, right? Completely opposite. And profane the Sabbath, and that's definitely definitely opposite of what the Most High said to do. So they're basically telling you to break the law of the Most High, right? For the king had sent letters by messengers, right? Which would be his angels, right? Hell's angels, because messengers means angels. So these are hell's angels, right? Giving forth messages, giving forth their message according to the devil, right? Unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judea, that they should follow the strange law of the land. So, hey, we're gonna have that because that goes back to our customs. So, how often are you hearing these so-called, J double O's, like the Elder Malcolm must always say, the you wish people stick to saying that they have to maintain and go back to the laws, that because it said that we have lost our heritage according to the scriptures, man. Right? We fit the curses, right? Yeah, because they're saying they got receipts. They say they got receipts. They go all the way back to Moses, but never presented it, right? That they got proof that they can go all the way back to Moses, but we know according to the scriptures. Yeah, Jeremiah chapter 17:4. Thus even thyself, thus shalt discontinue, right? What would it mean to discontinue, right? Continue means to go, continue on, but to dis means to be separated. Should discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. Who gave us our heritage? The Most High Yahweh, man. And that's our heritage according to our fathers, right? So that had to happen to you. We can't say we have proof all the way back to Moses, but that's not what the scriptures say, right? And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thus know it's not, right? So when did the so-called European Jewish Israeli J double O, like the elder always say, go into slavery? Because serve means to slavery. When did that happen to him? When did he lose his heritage and go into servitude, to slavery? We're not talking about indentured slaves. We're not talking about going on trains down to a thing, because that's not what the scripture said. The Lord said you will go into Egypt again with ships, not by train. Right? Right? To serve, right? To go into slavery to serve thy enemies in the land which thus knowest not, for ye have kindled a anger, and they living good. They ain't looking like the Most High is mad at them, right? They're not looking like the Most High is mad at them at all, right? Right? In my anger, which should burn forever. Yeah, so this is Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, right? And when have that happened to the so-called Jewy, right? You wish, man, right? It hasn't happened. They're still all living good. Now you can't say, "Oh, well, look at Michael." You're talking one guy out of a bazillion. For the most part, all of our people look cursed. They're in a downtrodden position, in one way or another, right? From the so-called Mexican to the so-called Puerto Rican to the so-called black man of America to the so-called Haitian, Dominican, you know, all the way to so-called uh, West Africa, right? Right, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians of Indian Negro descent, right, and the Israelite foreigners, for whatever respective place that you are, right. Look at your condition. Look at your people's condition. Generation. Hey, we're talking curse should overtake, should pursue thee. Right? Did not the devil pursue us? Right? You they so-called put you in and kicked us out, told us to build our own towns, build our own things. You got the Rosewoods and the the different other towns that Jake was actually doing well. You got the Black Wall Streets, and what did they do? They pursued us. Man. We're living, doing our own thing, doing good at that. Especially like when you go into what Black Wall Street had. I mean, it had its own airport. You know what I'm saying? Bus stations, train stations. I mean, you name it. They had it all there. Doctors, lawyers, dentists, all within their own people, minding their own business. Right? And they pursued you and dropped bombs on you, destroyed you, and pursued thee to thus be what? Destroyed, right? Hey, come on, put you in the low conditions, the ghettos, the vadios, the reservations, high on drugs, heroin, crack, you name it, man. Sexual transmitted diseases, right? Same sex, you know, relations, right? All, I mean, because thus has not hearkened unto the voice. What did you break? You broke the law. Don't listen to the laws of your father. Get away from the laws, statutes of God. Don't obey God's law. Do your own thing. Let's leave what the Lord's. No, we have to go back to what the Lord said for us to have. Right? Because this is why we're jacked up. So according to them, they said that they're in a place where they're pleasing to the Most High, but yet right now they're committing genocide over there, and they're complaining about Hamas and all these other people coming against them. They're complaining about Iran. They're complaining about things. But the Lord said that when we get in that land, the world is going to be quiet. The world is going to be quiet, and we shall be safe. No one's going to make us afraid. That's what the scriptures say. I mean, they're afraid over there. You know how many so-called Jewish is leaving that land because it's so dangerous? And it's like an uncertainty of what they feel is going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen, so they left. They fled that place. But the Lord said, none shall make us afraid. So they're not fulfilling prophecy. Right? But we are, because we got to come back to hearkening, and because thus hasn't not hearkened unto the voice of Yahweh, thy power, Basham Yahweh Shai Basham Kodash, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. What? that I command thee, not this day, Salakia, that I command thee, right? But it is unto this very day, Salakia, and it don't say to this day, that he command thee, right? That his statutes, which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign, right? Where we at? The ghettos, the vadios, the reservations. We're in the low conditions, man. With the white man, so-called white man, self-proclaimed white man, foot still on our neck, surveillancing us. All because we say, hey, we know who we are, we believe, and we're just going to obey the laws, which the laws tell us not to break the law of the land. So why would you need to surveillance us? We're not here to break the law of the land. The Lord said, whatever leader is the leader, you obey the leader, you obey the laws, you do what you're supposed to do. Unless the law comes against, of course, the laws of our fathers, of the power. Then that's when we don't got to listen. When you get to talking about putting charagmas in us, when you got to talking about taking the jump shot, putting the icky vicky, and we ain't obeying that, man. Right? But everything else, hey, whatever. You put us in the ghettos, it's a sign. It's cool. The ghettos, the vadios, the reservation, that's a sign. We're good. We're in good case now. We understand that. I mean, we still pissed off, but we ain't as bitter as we were, right? And this place called America, America meaning bitter, right? Upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed, amen. And my children is going through this, bro. It ain't just, oh, you know what? One day I was bad, and I just came out of was it somewhere in Germany, you know, off a train, you know, and now my life was bad, but now I can give my son this several $1 million business, and he can inherit it. No, thou and thy seed, you know what I'm saying? Upon thee and thy seed, you know what I'm saying? A sign and a wonder upon thee, upon thee for a sign, upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon your seed forever. Right? Hey. So we're here to go back to the old way to so we can get out of the conditions, so the Lord can come and deliver us. Because we don't, there ain't no such thing as having a thing all the way back to Moses saying you always knew who you were, right? You know. But yeah, let's keep going. Because
at the core of its belief system is the assertion that African Americans, along with other people of color, are the
saying they keep asserting that African, well, there's no such thing. Well, Africa has a bunch of countries. Africa is a continent. So they're calling you an entire continent, which don't make sense. There are many countries in that continent, right? You're a continent and America, which America is technically a continent, but then there's still North America, South America, Central America. You know what I'm saying? So am I, and then then the United States is just called America, right? So what Africa, America am I? You know what I mean? Am I African North American? Or am I African Central American? Or am I African South America? Right? So you're just African American, you know what I mean? With no actual place, you know what I mean? Pinpointing to something which don't make sense anyway. Right?
True descendants of the biblical Israelites. This claim challenges conventional Judeo-Christian teachings and Western historical narratives, positioning the movement as both a religious and socio-political force. Over the past several decades, Black Israelite communities have gained visibility in urban centers across the United States, drawing adherents through teachings centered on identity, spirituality, and historical justice. For many followers, the movement is not merely a theological framework, but a radical act of reclamation.
Yeah. Boy, yeah, it's Satan trying to interrupt, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it again. Because they try to put in a commercial right there, so we're gonna finish it up right here. Start right here.
A lost heritage and resisting systemic oppression. In their view, the recognition of their lineage is not just an abstract intellectual exercise, but an existential awakening, one that empowers African Americans and other marginalized communities to redefine themselves outside the constraints.
And notice they keep saying they keep trying to bring African in it, African and American. Then it mentioned that African American and other colored people. Who are those people? You talking about the so-called Black, Hispanic, and the so-called? That's why we say that, because you're not Black, you're not African American, you're not you can't be Latino or Latin. Latin is a language. How can you be a language person? You know what I mean? A person of a language, right? So that's why we call you so-called, right? We are the Israelites, the true Hebrew Israelites.
Of a Eurocentric historical paradigm. Given this transformative ideology, it is unsurprising that the movement has attracted both admiration and scrutiny. Supporters regard Black Israelites as truth seekers who challenge historical inaccuracies, while detractors, including some mainstream religious institutions and government bodies, frame them as a radical or subversive force. According to Iranian intelligence reports, U.S. authorities have designated the Black Israelite movement as a high-risk group due to its growing influence, its engagement with historical revisionism, and its potential to mobilize disenfranchised communities in ways that disrupt existing power structures. Iran claims to have intercepted communications and reviewed classified documents, indicating that American intelligence agencies have deployed a range of covert strategies to monitor and control the movement. These strategies allegedly include the use of informants, digital tracking, and psychological operations.
And informants, beautiful, right? Yeah, so this is Luke 20 and 20, and they watched him, and they being, the Pharisees sent forth people to watch over Yahushua, right? Sent forth, they watched him and sent forth spies, and they watched him and sent forth spies, which, the Pharisees, right, to watch Yahushua, and these are basically spies, which should feign themselves just men, right? Right? Trying to act like they're right, they want to pretend to be righteous men, right? That they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor, unto the self-proclaimed so-called white man, which they were trying to do that then. And what did you hear right then? Same thing now. Sending forth spies, agents, these things. So there's nothing new under the sun. Hey, and all in all, Yahushua's ministry was peaceful. But besides flipping over the tables, which was very symbolic to what's about to happen now, because this whole system, your money system, your fiat system is about to get turned upside down, right along with your digital system. The Lord is coming to destroy this entire system. It ain't got nothing to do with us. It got to do with the anger of the Most High. See, That was just the temple, but the Lord said that we are the temple. So you're gonna attempt to make merchandise of the Lord's temple. Well, that's the reason why the Lord is only going to save the elect on this side, right? 7,000 that will not bow their knee to Baal or to this fourth industrial system, right? So it says that they might take hold of his words, that they might deliver them unto the power of the authorities and governor, right? Yeah, so this is Luke 20:20. This is Bible Hub. Luke 20:20 Bible Hub. That says uh the international version says keeping a close watch on him. They sent spies who pretended to be sincere. See, and you have people that's among you that pretend, they go to the camps, they're there, and all these different FBI, CIA agents, or whatever. I mean, they might just be agents of Satan. Who knows, right? But they'll pretend to be sincere. They hoped to catch Yahushai, right? The letter J is only 4,500 years old, which that goes into that historical what do you say? Accuracy, right? We're about accuracy, right? You go back to Iesus. Iesus goes back to Serapis Christus. Serapis goes back to the time where the Greeks ruled over Egypt and gave them a god to the Israelites that were in Egypt at that time. And it was Serapis Christus, and they in that time they called them Christians. That's the reason why when was it Paul and Barnabas, right, which were called what, nigger, right, which actually means black. And when you go into some versions, it says the black man. They were called Christians in Antioch, which was in Egypt first, which were Israelites. So to call yourself a Christian is actually talking about the Israelites. The Israelites were called Christians first in Antioch, right? Going back to Serapis Christus. So, but that's part of that historical accuracy that's not in, like you said, not in Western society, according to your philosophy or your thought pattern that they gave you, that they hand wrapped it in Easter bunnies, which that's what's coming up soon, right? Christmas presents and Easter bunnies, and when the truth comes, you just ignore it. You plug your ears and you ignore it, but that's okay, right? Because that's the thing that they're trying to do to us. The same thing. Hey, vocab. That's what he was over. Hey, so matter of fact, let me see. Hopefully I'll try to look for that joint, because that's basically what this exact thing, trying to catch him in his words, pretending to be to be sincere. They hope to catch Yahushai in something he said, so they might hand him over to the power and authority of the governor, right? And I like that part that says they pretend to be sincere, man, right? Honest men. See, right here, honest men. And it says pretend to be sincere to catch him. That's something he said on that one too.
Jurisdiction.
Right, jurisdictions, right? And wherever jurisdiction you live in, right? That's the thing. That's the thing that's coming up soon, right? Hope to catch him words to the rulers. Yeah, not much difference in the rest of this. But yeah, that part I had to bring sincere, man. And that's what you have a lot of people, agents, pretending to be sincere. Yeah, so yeah, fair use, fair use. This is a vocab basically using questioning, basically trying to catch him in his words, so he can use it against us. This is what they do. They're trying to catch him in his words, and he's basically baiting them in, and then this is what he does. This is the gospel according to the one West Israelites, right? So he's trying to just wrap us all into one package. This guy ain't never been to One West. He's never even been to New York. You know what I'm saying? To say he's of the One West variety, he's not, man. Right? He may know a little bit of something, but this dude is a novice. But and you're gonna basically trap him in his words, and you're gonna show how much of a novice this guy is, right? By trapping him in his words. And that's what you are. You're the devil, vocab. And seeing this is what the devils do. So we got these agents amongst us, right? Right? Whether whether they were sent or they right next to you, so-called holding post. Hey, you ain't gonna win, man. Yahweh Shema was shy. Hey, has your number, man. And you can see it at every turn. We know you devils, man. And ultimately, the Most High know you devils. Right?
Let me show you a future vocab. You're going to be my future slave. That's right.
So you believe Edomites to be slaves?
Yes.
What are some of the ways you're going to kill Edomites in the kingdom?
Some of the ways?
Yeah, what are some of the ways you're going to kill Edomites?
Torture y'all, man.
That's
right.
Step on the neck. What kind of torture are you going to do to
We're going to do
Edomites?
y'all the same way y'all did us.
That's right.
We're not going to rape your women because we don't lay down with fleas and dogs.
That's right. Are you going to kill children? White children?
Yes, we are.
That's right. You stomp their head and smash their head?
That's what I'm saying. We're going to do, vocab.
Are you going to mutilate their bodies after you
That's
kill
right.
them?
Vocab, we're not worried about all that. Hey, we're going to kill a lot of y'all, man.
Here, quit speaking. Jesus.
Yeah, see, vocab was the dude is a novice, but you proving you were baiting him into that, showing you the devil, showing that you're an agent, right? Then you post it, you keep pushing it, keep posting it, right? Show who you are, and you act like that. None of those things are in the Bible, right? Here, this is basically Psalms or songs, right? It's a song. Psalm. This is time of David. David might have had certain other prophets write it, or sometimes David wrote these songs himself, right? I don't know if this is from David. Psalm to the Lord. It doesn't say who wrote this one, but David is a man after the Lord's own heart. So a lot of these Psalms David wrote, right? Or he told one of his musicians to write it for him, right? But this is the sentiments of David, basically. It says, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, right? All you nations. So you acting like the guy was saying something outside of the Bible, right? You're saying that you're the church, you're under your Christian Christmas, but yeah, that's what you believe in, Christmas and all that is not nonsense. But under your Christian replacement theology, right? Which the real Christians are Israelites, right? So you're not really even Christian, right? But you're pretending to be some things that you're not, just like the Jewish, right? Pretend to be some things that they're not, right? And what proves it is why ain't the so-called church that's supposed to replace, right? If the church are the Israelites, why aren't you saying these type of things? Because these things haven't came to pass yet. This is a future, even though it's way in Psalms, right? Though you might say that the Old Testament's done away with, right? See, which proves that you're not the people. This hasn't happened to execute vengeance upon the heathen. Because tell me when in the history had this ever happened that the Lord executed vengeance upon all the nations in the world besides the flood? It hasn't happened, right? Besides the flood, it hasn't happened, right? And this is well after the flood. So this ain't talking about the flood. This is talking future prophecy. And punishment upon the people, and bind up their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written from before time. It was written before time, right? Going into future prophecy is going to happen. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakal Kudash. Now, why ain't the Christians speaking this? This is a future prophecy, right? Why ain't, as you say, as a Christian, you gonna one day you're gonna raise up and you're gonna put all the nations. Well, that will kill your whole. Everybody can make it, and we're gonna love everybody, right? Yeah. So this is Psalms chapter 137. Chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, the children of who? Of Edom. And this is future tense. So when did the Edomite be done away with? They haven't, because this hasn't happened. This is in the future. This is prophecy. This hasn't not happened. Why is he saying to the Lord to remember the children of Edom? Remember the children of Edom, right? Idawam, right? The red child, the red shield, right? So-called Rothschilds, the people who rule over you, the international bankers, the people you work for, right? While you antagonizing, while you're trying to catch him in his words, right? Right? Being who you are, a spy, the devil, appearing to be, what is it? Pretending to be a sincere or honest man. That's what you're doing, right? Pretending to be a sincere or honest man, right? In the day of Jerusalem, right? And where people before a place who said, race it, right? Because the Babylonians came to destroy us. But you wanted them to destroy us completely and utterly, right? Genocide, G-side. You wanted them to G-side us, right? Wipe us out all together. You're the one who ran in and basically burnt down the temple in this time, right? Even unto the foundations thereof, O daughter of Babylon, right? And why are they mentioning Edom with Babylon? Because you joint hands with them. But also, this place is what? Spiritually, the daughter of Babylon, right? America, the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, right? The daughter of Babylon, which is America, right? Not ancient Babylon. It's talking about this place, America, the daughter of Babylon, are to be destroyed. And that's what's about to happen to this place, man. 200 million missiles about to hit this place, man. Whether you accept it, believe it or not, man. Happy shall he be, right? The Israelite. Since you say that you're replacing, and now the church is Israel, why ain't you happy? Why ain't you happy, right? You should be happy this is going to happen. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thus has served us, right? We're in slavery. Now I'm happy to enslave you. Why ain't you happy about that? You're supposed to be the Israelite now, right? The church is the new Israel. So even though it says all 12 tribes, that belongs to the church, which how would you decide who went to what tribe, which don't make sense, right? You know, Does not make sense at whatsoever, but that's what you say. Shouldn't you be happy? It says happy. Happy to reward thee as thus has served us, as put us in slavery. Serving means slavery. So now now I'm happy to put you into slavery. Shouldn't you be happy to put someone else in slavery? Since you're the church, since you're the Israelite now, the church is come on now. Happy shall he be, right? You acting like what the dude is saying ain't in the Bible, bro. And then you're trying to trap him in his words. And then you're using it as a sensationalism type thing. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones. What's a little one? A baby, a toddler, a little kid, a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old, a little one, right? And dash him and dash thy little ones, thy little ones against the stones. So you acting like this ain't in the Bible? Shouldn't you be happy about that? That you're gonna take someone's little baby, precious little baby boy or girl, and dash their ass against a stone? Shouldn't you be happy about that? Because that's what it says in the scriptures. And this hasn't happened. This is a future prophecy, man. You act like this ain't in the scripture, and this ain't of King David, which is a man after the Lord's own heart. So this is a heart, meaning la'ab, meaning your mind. So this is what's in the Most High's mind for us to do. Once we get into the kingdom, not now. We can't do nothing now. We're in the ghettos, the vadios, and the reservations. You see most of our people strung out on fucking drugs. Salakia for my language, but most of our people are, it infuriates you, man. Stupid, man. You should trap us in this thing, but you act like that ain't in the Bible, bro. And it hasn't happened yet, right? The Edomites still exist, bro. And you most likely is one of them. Only an Edomite will just keep on lying and lying and lying. You can't help yourself but to lie, right? You can't help yourself but to try to entrap. Because at this point, you should have been like, hey, leave them alone. You know what I mean? Like Apostle Hart said, hey, look, if you got the truth, wipe the dust off your feet and go about your goddamn business, bro. But see, everything's a game until it's not. See? And one day, this day is going to come, man. The day is going to come that this right here, Psalms 130, 37 and 9 is gonna be a reality, bro. And then all the games are gonna go out the window, quick, fast, and in a hurry, man. So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, the elder apostles and bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, shalom, to the Israelite foreigners, who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader. Hey, Kwam Yasharallah and a Ball.